The search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
After the shocking news that Durk's trial got pushed back all the way to May 4th, things inside the courtroom and behind bars just got way more intense. His lawyer didn't waste any time filing paperwork to get Durk released from jail.
Criminal lawyer, and I just learned that the rap artist Lil Durk just had his motion to dismiss his for hire case denied. To be honest, I'm not that surprised. Let me tell you guys something. There's only 2 ways that Lil Durk is rocking out of that federal courtroom on 2 feet. A jury of 12 people says that he is not guilty, or President Trump pardons him. There's no other way that Durk is walking out of that court free. That judge is not going to be dismissing any key evidence.
Using every detail of his current situation as ammunition to prove how unfair things have been. According to the documents, the Chicago rapper's legal team demanded a special status hearing, claiming that Durk's been locked inside a restrictive housing unit since August 29, 2025, without any proper due process. Imagine being trapped in a tiny cell for 23 hours every single day with just a small bed, a toilet, and a sink. That's the reality Durk's been facing for months, but it gets worse.
He's not going to be dismissing any motions. He's not going to do anything that significantly helps Lil Durk walk out of that courtroom without having a trial. Now, how and why am I so sure of this? Well, here's the first thing I want to tell you. Most federal judges used to be federal prosecutors, exact prosecutors that are prosecuting Durk. A lot of judges used to stand in that very position. Federal prosecutors can be very biased people, and very rarely, once they put on that black robe and become a judge, do they get rid of those biases, okay? That judge very likely probably thinks that Durk is guilty. He just can't be the one they actually say.
The filing explains that Durk doesn't even have access to commissary, meaning he can't buy basic items like snacks or hygiene products. On top of that, he's only allowed 1 phone call a month and no in-person visits whatsoever. That kind of isolation can break anyone down. Originally, he was placed in this strict housing unit as punishment for having an Apple Watch, which authorities claim broke the rules. But according to his attorneys, that supposed violation still hasn't even been reviewed by the unit's disciplinary committee, a process that should have been completed within 5 working days.
Mo, this is my last no jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out. So this is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
jurisdiction? What type of police is this?
Been alleged to have ordered them.
This?
Free smirk though,
Free
man.
smirk. But also, maybe
it's a platform. There's some police
they're down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that.
Well,
Now, Durk's legal team is saying this isn't just a punishment, it's a violation of his rights. They're pushing hard for answers and demanding that the court step in before things go even further. Word from inside the jail is getting wild. Inmates from Durk's own cell block have started speaking out, talking about how he was suddenly thrown into solitary confinement with barely any explanation. The streets are buzzing about it, and fans are starting to piece together what's really going on behind those cold bars. Meanwhile, Durk's team decided to speak up, posting a message to his story that hit deep. It read, "Crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who really with you." That line said it all. Durk's realizing fast that a lot of the people he once trusted aren't rocking with him anymore.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS. And right now we're gonna show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
Fame fades quick when trouble hits, and he's seeing who's truly loyal now. Even DJ Academics couldn't stay silent about it. He spoke on the situation, saying that Durk probably won't ever be the same person if he makes it out. According to Academics, Durk built his whole name on loyalty and giving back to those around him. But now, those same people seem to have turned their backs. That's gotta sting deep. And as all this drama exploded online, the story went viral in hours. Everyone was picking sides, and prosecutors noticed the wave of sympathy building around Durk. They weren't having it. To shift the spotlight, they brought new evidence into the courtroom, a bold move meant to paint a whole different picture of the rapper. They showed a selfie from 2022 where Durk was holding what looked like $1 million in cash, just casually flexing like it was nothing. But prosecutors claim that photo isn't just about showing off. They say there's a lot more behind that picture than people realize, and it could flip the entire narrative.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of them went on tour with, did songs with, called you their brother, their twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him, free him, free him. Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free, not Smirk. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the. I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that. But Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked.
Things just took a shocking turn in court. Prosecutors dropped a bombshell claim that could change everything for Durk. They're now saying that back in 2022, Durk allegedly put $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo's head. The courtroom went silent when those words hit. That's the kind of accusation that can destroy a career overnight. According to the newly uncovered documents, prosecutors say Durk used two of his most trusted guys, defendant Wilson and co-conspirator 5, to recruit a hitman who was supposedly flown out to Southern California on August 18, 2022 to carry out the plan. The paperwork even states that Wilson offered the hitman $1 million reward on Durk's behalf if he followed through with the mission. The details sound straight out of a movie, but these claims are coming directly from official evidence files. And it doesn't stop there. Prosecutors claim that after the incident, Durk supposedly rewarded his associates in other ways, featuring some of them in music videos and songs released shortly after. One of the biggest examples they pointed to was his track Block is Hot, which they say was written as a tribute and reward for those allegedly involved. That connection alone made everyone in the courtroom tense up, because if true, it ties his music directly to criminal activity.
Let me tell y'all, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm gonna tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming, nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others, y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, your Gunna's a snitch, I can't Gunna. Man, that. I don't care, I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but
what's got Durk's team on edge isn't just the paperwork, it's what comes next. Prosecutors revealed they've got multiple cooperating witnesses ready to testify, all claiming Durk was the real mastermind behind the deadly setup. His lawyers are panicking because it sounds like the feds might have stacked their deck with insiders and informants, making this case way tougher to fight. Now people are questioning just how deep this whole situation goes and whether Durk can possibly make it out of this storm without everything he's built coming crashing down. While all the legal chaos keeps unfolding, it looks like Durk's been going through some serious personal changes behind bars. Reports from people who attended his latest hearing say he looked way thinner, and shockingly, he even cut off his signature dreads. That alone had fans talking non-stop online. A new look for a man caught in the middle of one of the toughest battles of his life. Court documents showed a long list of updates from the hearing. The judge denied his motion to disqualify, and his motion to dismiss for vagueness was also rejected. Meanwhile, his motion for a bill of particulars and motion to dismiss count 4 were both taken under advisement. meaning the court hasn't made a final call yet.
Just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for at least the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. He listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
Every one of those rulings hit his team hard. They were hoping for at least one win in that courtroom. A lawyer following the case gave his own take, saying bluntly that Durk doesn't stand a real chance of getting the charges dropped unless he goes through the full trial and proves his innocence the hard way. That statement made waves fast, sparking endless debates online about whether the system's being fair or just trying to make an example out of him. Even with the setbacks, Durk's legal team refused to back down. They filed another request for bond, this being his third attempt. An insider said Durk's father was confident this time would be different. According to reports, his lawyers came up with a strong new offer meant to be impossible for the judge to reject. Everyone watching this case is on edge, waiting to see if this move finally works, or if Durk's gonna be stuck fighting this battle from inside those same cold walls once again. Things just keep getting messier, and now a supposed snitch has dropped major leaks from an OTF group chat. Those leaked messages sparked a wild courtroom report, claiming that federal prosecutors are now accusing Durk of putting hits on certain O-Block members for not avenging King Von's passing.
Life, by basically saying he's guilty of for hire. And the only thing that, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing, there's no message that they got that says, where Durk says, y'all that Quando yet? Nothing says that.
I'm not, you missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 one of them cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's co-conspiracy.
You don't need too much more than that. One of them is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They said they had it in and out. The other was figuring out how they get.
The accusation shook fans in the industry alike. It's like the deeper they dig, the more tangled the whole story becomes. According to prosecutors, they plan to bring in a witness who claims Durk personally gave the orders, with the official files describing how Durk clashed with someone named UC over his belief that some O-Block members weren't doing enough after King Von's passing. That tension supposedly led to even more division inside OTF. As expected, the drama didn't stay in the courtroom for long. DJ Academics and 100 both jumped online to talk about the situation, calling out the growing number of so-called snitches who keep popping up in Durk's case. But here's the twist. One of those very witnesses has already been caught lying, which completely wrecks their credibility. Court files reveal something crazy. The main witness switched up their entire story.
That's what Didi did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Didi to hire. Didi saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hire nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
At first, they swore there was no bounty. Now they're claiming there was. This sudden flip has left everyone confused, especially since sources believe it might have been Didi trying to play games with the feds. But that theory doesn't fully hold up because Didi's been fighting to remove himself from the case altogether. With so much back and forth, prosecutors are now trying to introduce several new pages of evidence to keep their case alive. But here's where it gets tricky. Doing that could delay Durk's trial even further, which might actually open a door for him to finally get a bond release. Still, just when it looked like Durk's team might catch a break, reports say the prosecutors already have something planned to shut that down fast. It's a constant chess match. Every time Durk's side makes a move, the feds seem to have a counter ready. The pressure's getting heavier, and everyone's wondering what's gonna drop next. Right when everyone thought things couldn't get any wilder, Durk's legal battle took yet another twist. New updates from inside the courtroom suggest that the prosecutors aren't done stacking the deck, and they've just dropped a fresh batch of digital evidence, including private messages, voice notes, and transaction records allegedly tying Durk closer to the events in question. The tension in court is reaching its breaking point.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Sources say the feds believe they've uncovered encrypted conversations between Durk and one of his former associates, where they supposedly discussed handling business. But Durk's lawyers immediately clapped back, saying the messages are being taken out of context and that nothing directly links him to any crime. Still, the idea of private messages resurfacing has fans spiraling online, some calling it proof, others claiming it's just another reach from prosecutors desperate to win the case. Meanwhile, Durk's camp is fighting back hard. His team reportedly hired a top digital forensics expert to analyze every single message and confirm whether the so-called evidence was tampered with. According to insiders, the defense is confident they can expose inconsistencies and show that some of these files might not even have come from Durk's actual accounts. But that's not the only surprise. There's talk that a mysterious insider might have been feeding prosecutors information from inside OTF, someone close enough to know the inner workings of the crew. This rumor alone set the internet ablaze, with fans speculating non-stop about who could be the alleged mole.
He ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
In trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
But that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text message about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that. Yeah. And with me saying Vaughn, some people like, damn, what he gonna tell hers on Vaughn?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Vaughn name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Vaughn. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Durk. You orchestrated it, and guess who you were?
Adding even more chaos, several industry figures have started distancing themselves from Durk, quietly scrubbing collaborations and unfollowing him online. People are saying it's all about protecting their brand, but others see it as a cold betrayal while he's still fighting for his freedom. Despite the heavy pressure, Durk's team says he's staying focused, working on new music from inside his cell, and determined to prove everyone wrong. His father, who's been attending every hearing, told reporters that Durk isn't breaking, he's evolving. The courtroom may be full of tension, but outside, the streets are buzzing louder than ever. With new evidence, shifting alliances, and rumors flying non-stop, one thing's for sure, this case is far from over. Just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get more explosive, the feds dropped another shocking claim, saying Durk was also tied to an earlier hit attempt on Quando Rondo back in 2021. According to the newly released evidence, this incident went down at a gas station in Georgia, and investigators now believe it might have been the first real move connected to the long-running tension between the two camps. Court files say there's surveillance footage and witness testimony, and Durk was somehow involved in that attempt. And to make things even more intense, prosecutors are pointing to his own lyrics as proof. They referenced the bar where he rapped, "They on my page like slide for Vaughn, I know they trolling me," claiming that those words were a direct response to online pressure about retaliation after King Von's passing. Then they tied another piece of evidence together. When a hit reportedly went down on Quando's crew, Durk allegedly mentioned during a podcast, "For some reason, I just don't see them comments no more."
Really? Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
The feds say that line mirrors his lyrics from another song where he raps, "Told me they got an addy, they got the location. Go look on the news, see your son screaming." The government's argument? They're saying his music is lining up too perfectly with real-world events, but Durk's legal team is calling it all wild speculation. His lawyer, Drew Finley, spoke out, saying the accusations are outrageous and based on loose connections and rap lyrics, not hard evidence. He insists that Durk's art is being twisted against him and that no real proof ties him to the alleged crimes. Still, the case might be getting tougher to fight because prosecutors just added a new name to the list of witnesses. Word is, OTF VNI flipped and started cooperating with the feds. People caught on fast when his file got updated to show he was no longer in federal custody, which usually means he was either moved to house arrest or quietly released altogether. That revelation sent shockwaves through Durk's fan base. If insiders are really switching sides, this case could take a darker turn. Every move now feels like a chess game, and the feds are clearly playing to win. It's now official. VNI really did snitch. The internet exploded after leaked messages showed him texting a friend about his plea deal, and that same friend exposed everything to the public. The screenshots spread fast, showing VNI breaking down the exact details of his deal in shocking honesty. In the text, he wrote, "I'm trying to plea out to a 32, which is the base for M for hire. The max is 43, which is life. I get -2 points for a plea, -1 point for an early plea, and -2 points for no background. I'll have 27 points, which is 5 to 7 years. I can't go to trial. Don't want them to do me like them other guys." His words sound desperate, almost scared, as he referenced what happened to someone named Jam, who apparently vanished months ago after cooperating with authorities.
Come on. Stop it. Stop it.
But things got even darker when OTF VNI's own father stepped into the mix, exposing his son for even more crimes that no one knew about. He claimed that VNI wasn't just involved in smaller incidents. He allegedly played a role in King Von's death itself, and that Durk knew about it all along. That statement set social media on fire. People couldn't believe a father would throw his own son under the bus like that. After those claims hit the internet, DJ Hackademics jumped in, questioning why VNI's father would say Durk backdoored King Von. His theory? It might finally explain why Durk and Von's joint criminal case disappeared so suddenly right after Von's passing. Not long after the tragedy, Durk's charges were mysteriously dropped and he remained free while everyone else got caught in the storm. Now the streets are buzzing with one burning question. Was there more going on between Durk and Von behind the scenes than anyone realized? With family members turning, plea deals leaking, and fans questioning old alliances, the drama around OTF is spiraling out of control, and the truth behind all of it might be even deeper than anyone's ready for. With King Von's passing, many people now believe it ended up being Durk's unintentional get-out-of-jail-free card. The timing of everything had fans and bloggers connecting dots, and what they found started a storm online. A tweet that went viral pointed out something eerie. Every time someone close to Durk was taken out, King Von, Lil Pab, and even FBG Duck, Durk just happened to be live on Instagram. That strange coincidence had fans asking real questions. Was it luck or something more calculated? Some people started believing that Durk might have been using Instagram Live as an alibi, knowing that if the feds ever came asking, he could simply say, "Check the live, I was online the whole time."
Hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand. Relax. What's the number? What you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, all right? Let's see what we can do for you. Relax, man. I'm gonna get a buzz in prison. Relax. Give me no, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get.
But the chaos didn't stop there. Vonnie's father wasn't done exposing secrets, claiming his son, VNI, actually helped orchestrate both King Von's and Lil Pab's deaths. That revelation hit like a bomb, leaving fans speechless and rappers across the scene reacting in disbelief. Nobody saw that twist coming. And right when the public thought they'd heard it all, another name entered the mix. OTF DD's younger brother, Ted. The streets went crazy when news dropped that Ted was also cooperating with the feds. Rappers all over social media were reacting in shock, posting things like, Please tell me this isn't real. According to a new report, Ted's involvement completely shifted the direction of the case. The files included body cam footage showing Ted begging officers to let him snitch on Durk and other OTF members. That footage allegedly showed him offering to name names before he even stepped foot inside the interrogation room. Prosecutors said this new footage gave them fresh leads, which forced Durk's lawyer to request more time on their bond proposal, clearly trying to figure out what new damage Ted's statements could cause. And here's the wild part. Ted wasn't even supposed to be connected to this case at all. He reportedly got caught up after being arrested on a completely separate charge, but as soon as he realized how serious things were, he allegedly offered to give up information to save himself. Witnesses say that before he even got through the doors of the police station, Ted was asking to snitch on the people he knows who did crimes. Once he was placed in a holding cell, he kept talking, making it obvious he'd say anything if it meant he could walk free. With all these new leaks, family betrayals, and snitches popping up left and right, Durk's future looks more uncertain than ever. The fans are split, some still loyal, others questioning everything they thought they knew about OTF. One thing's for sure though, this story isn't over, and the next update might just shake the entire rap game again. If you've been following this wild ride, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below with your thoughts, because this case is only getting crazier from here.